This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning into another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. Folks, James Harden is opening up about his drama with Daryl Morey. Let's analyze. James Harden, we saw what happened this past summer. He requested a trade from Philadelphia after going there, and basically, I thought he was going to retire there. I thought he was. You know, he's got his guy, Daryl Morey, the guy who gave him his first bag. What was it, 80 mil? And he kind of created a monster. He kind of created a monster in James Harden. You heard the reports that he was partying a lot, show up to practice, whatever. It was James Harden's show in Houston. And as we take a trip down memory lane, and then what happened? Then all of a sudden James was like, I think I want to win. So, and then Houston's like, yeah, but we're not going to move you. They gave him an extension, and then he was like, yeah, I think I want to move. And then he ended up in Brooklyn for half an hour. KD, Kyrie, how lovely that worked out. And then all of a sudden, the whole time I'm like, yeah, he's gonna go to Philly, because that's where his guy is. That's Daryl Morey at the time. That was family. That's fam. He looked out, and so James Harden had an interview. He had an interview with Sam Amick of The Athletic, and he kind of he opened up, and he said he had a verbal agreement with Daryl Morey. That's my guy. Hey, I got you. Daryl Morey was basically like, I got you. Max money, man. You good. And the thing is, a lot of people don't realize James Harden has no one to blame but himself, kind of, in this messy situation, because the Nets were going to give him the money. It was going to be him, KD, Kyrie. And he was like, get me out. Daryl Morey's like, I got you, man. You family. We good. And then Daryl Morey's like, he's watching James play, and he was like, 20, 21 points, about 11 assists. All right. Borderline all-star, maybe all-star numbers for sure. But that money, that max money, is reserved for him. When you're playing on that level, when you're that guy, and James Harden has not been that guy for a minute. I told you, if Daryl Morey gave him that money, that would be Daryl Morey would be knocking on the door. Hey James, can I hold some of that money that you got paid? Because I'm on the unemployment line. So with this interview, Sam Amick, he asked him, he said, James Harden says, this is straight from James. He says, he asked him, if he was actually, what happened with the deal. And he said, James Harden responded that Morey himself made the promise. Morey made a promise to him that he was going to get max money. And then James Harden's issue, right? From what I read, the issue was that not only did Daryl Morey, he said, look, if you're not going to give me the max money, then fine. But come to the table, talk to me. And I guess it sounds like Daryl Morey ghosted him, was not really talking to him or what have you. And James Harden, by the way, he was averaging, like I said, 21 points, 11 assists. He did all right, but he just wasn't him. And look, I get it. James Harden and Daryl Morey, they had I mean, those guys were they looked like they had a great relationship. Like Daryl Morey was definitely getting an invite to James Harden's wedding, right? If he was, to get married, like he was family. Now, here's the thing. I get it, and I understand why James is upset. If this is exactly how it went down, because the journalist in me, I need to hear Daryl Morey's side. But if this is strictly from James Harden's point of view, okay, if Daryl Morey ignored him and basically ghosted him or what have you, then shame on him. But also, this also teaches a valuable lesson, man. It's a verbal agreement, and mind you, James Harden took less for players to come on board, for them to compete and all of this stuff. And he was like, yo, I got you. He trusts his guy to look out. And this is a lesson for everyone, man. Get it in writing. Remember Mike Tyson? What was it? WCW at the time? Signed a contract. You gotta get it in writing, man. Because if he had it in writing or what have you, and then he was playing like he was playing, Daryl Morey would have no choice but to still pay the guy. So again, I understand why James wanted out. And he was like, look, my trust was violated and I could no longer trust the guy. I get it. I get it. Now, the question is, now that he's with the Clippers, now that I hear this, I don't think James Harden is looking for max money anymore. I think he might understand where he is at this point. I think his thing was more that, look, you told me this. This is not what happened, so get me out of here. So I would not be surprised if he gets a solid deal from the Clippers. I mean, they were only able to give Russell Westbrook about $3 million for this year, and he took less. So I don't know how they're going to be able to sign both of them. They'll figure it out. But when you see this, that James Harden was basically like, talk to me. If you're not going to give me the max money, still talk to me. Like what's up? But if it sounds like he's going to be more willing to work with the Clippers, so we're gonna see what happens. But he's opening up. Are we ever gonna hear Daryl Morey's side? Probably not. Daryl Morey's he moved on. The Sixers are doing their thing, and it's like, and I guess this helps to put a bow basically on the whole issue and the whole drama. All right, this is what James believed. And again, I thought he just didn't realize that he wasn't him anymore. And maybe he still thinks he's that guy, but at times the Clippers will get that James Harden. But it is to me, I think it's a moot point at this point. It's a wrap. I think it is a wrap. So it is going to be very interesting to see, what happens with James Harden going forward. But, that's it. Now, as we close with our By the Way segment, wow, this guy, I was expecting a lot from the Steelers quarterback, Kenny Pickett. He has surgery for a high ankle sprain. Folks, thank you for tuning in. As always, I am on social media on Facebook at Sam I Analyze, on the gram at Sam I Analyze, on the app now formerly known as Le Twitter at Sam I Analyze. Folks, please like, subscribe, comment, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.